Sophie, what do we have in store for Studio 2A tonight?
Tonight in Studio 2A, we have Katie, Haverly, and the Aviary. And they're going to play their first set for you now. Let's head over.
Exceptional, teetering moments, fleeting choices, voices, simplify the noises. We tripped too much, we slept too much, dimmed our eyes to the gasping of the unloved. Not just the salt and the risks we made, but the sine waves of the 13 coasts we disobeyed. Revolution starts with just a spark. Just need a little kindling to fight off the dark. Don't give up. Give this time, strewn this pyre will light up all their light. But we talk too much, we post too much, pictures, words, but where the hell is the human touch? We see shades of each other in technicolor, but it's gone so far we don't even know, we don't know each other. With just a spark, just need a little kindling to fight off the dark. If we could rise together, our resolve unfettered, we scare them all with the power we make of all their letters. Exceptional, cheat away moment, fleeting voices, simplify the noises. We took too much, we slept too much, dimmed our eyes to the gasping of the unloved. Not just the song and the riffs we made, but the sine waves of the vertigo in the wind. Revolution starts with just a spark. Just seen a little kindling to fight off the dark. Don't give up, give this time, soon as fire will light up all their lives. Exceptional, teetering moments, fleeting choices, voices. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you let him go, and you let me know that you propped the door wide open. But even so, after that latch was closed, I could feel a cold wind scraping my bone. But you still haunt my dream. Queen Vespertine makes it hard to breathe with your knees on me. But you let him go with that keen and toe. What you didn't know was your spell was broken, and nothing to what you said, nothing to what you did, it's gonna make a difference. I won't let it hide. Nothing to what you said, nothing to what you did, it's gonna make a difference. With every breathing, alone, alone. It was a third time, though. And it seems that the means were meant to prolong the show. But you let him go. I'm gonna let him know that I'm blinded by the consolation of it. But you still haunt my dreams. Queen Vespertine makes it hard to breathe with your needle. But you let him go with a chain and a toe. What you didn't know was your spell was broken. And nothing of what you said, nothing of what you did is gonna make a difference. Nothing of what you said, nothing of what you did is gonna make a difference. We can't be breathing. Why did you say what you didn't mean? Are we all liars in a lucid dream? Ooh. Why did you say what you didn't mean? Are we all liars in a lucid dream? Ooh. That last one was called Lucid Dream. It's a new song. This is another new tune. This is called Cowboy. My cowboy can't find his road, but he ties me up enough with the flowers he grows. And I don't know where this will go. Can't find his head. The sun gets in his eyes and he forgets where he's at. Sometimes we're just our bodies breaking apart. Sometimes what we've earned, not what we want. But my cowboy can't find his cigarettes. Sometimes he rolls one for me, sometimes he forgets. But my cowboy always has shiny shoes, 'cause he waxes the lip of his caramel boots. Sometimes we're just our bodies breaking apart. Yeah, sometimes what we've earned, it's not what we my cowboy can't find his horse. last did was seen underneath the women he divorced. But my cowboy isn't mine at all. His home's on the range and his heart is in the fog. Sometimes we're just soft bodies breaking a fall. Sometimes what we've earned, it's not what we want.
You're tuned in to 91.3 KXCI. I'm Sophie Gibson Rush here with Locals Only live in Studio 2A. Tonight we have Katie Haverly and the Aviary here with you. I just got to say, because I'm new to this and super, super excited to be here, that Matt Milliner is one lucky guy. Being here in this room surrounded by the sound of a band so close is just so powerful. Wow. So let's go ahead and jump right in with some introductions. I want to know who you guys are and what you're playing. Let's start with Katie.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi.
So happy to have you with us tonight.
Aw, thanks, Katie.
I'm Katie Haverly, and tonight I'm singing and playing guitar and keyboards.
My name is Ben, and I'm playing the guitar. And this is Julius, and he's playing the drums.
And this is Derek. Oh, he's got a mic.
Hello, I'm Derek, and I'm playing bass.
Great. Well, that was just extraordinary, guys. And how lucky am I to get to hear some new songs? That's pretty cool. I know that the last time you were here, you were playing right after the release of the Aviary. Is that right?
Right.
Which is your most recent album, and it's pretty incredible. But it's been a year since then, right?
Yes.
So what's happened in that year?
So we've been, in the last year, we've really come together as a band, as this 4-piece band, and we've really worked hard on a lot of new material. And the last record, I had a lot of guest artists and a lot of different types of arrangements, but we're working now, moving forward on the next record, which we'll be recording in the new year. And we'll be working with Gabriel Sullivan. He's going to be producing and engineering the record, and I'm beyond excited to work with him and move forward with this project.
That's really exciting. So in writing the new songs with specifically this iteration, was it you sitting down and writing, or do you have a writing partner, or do you guys all write together as a band?
For this band, I write the songs and then I bring them to the group and we figure out how we want to kind of express them. Mm-hmm. So I've been writing pretty heavily this year, and I have a lot of material. I need to figure out what I want to record, and it's exciting at this point because you feel like you have the volume there, and now you have to figure out what is the vision, which I love.
Yeah. And when you bring it to the band, do you guys improvise? Is it sort of like, do you jam it out, or does everyone bring something specific and like write a very specific part?
Generally what will happen is Katie will start with the strong song structure, and she'll play through it with us in the room and give us the form and the general feeling, and we'll muse on it for a little bit, talk it over, and sometimes just dive right in and kind of see what A to Z comes up with, and then just a lot of talking, a lot of discussion. I liked this, I didn't like that. Let's bring this in, bring that out. And I think being able to kind of check our egos when we walk in the door and talk to each other on a level that really serves the music is something that I really am grateful for with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to just essentially play the music with Katie. She very often sends it to us in advance. We'll get little demos and things like that in the email, recorded on the phone. And I think what has happened over time is that we've learned how to play as a band with her music and with her sort of sound and aesthetic, and something that's really sort of developed into what the band sounds like. And I think the most interesting thing for me that's actually happened is not so much the way that we've developed new songs, but the way that we've kind of become backwards compatible and learned how to play the older songs so that they sound like this band.
Yeah.
Which is really effective, because the record that she put out, last year, which is an amazing record, has this incredible production value to it. But we're not bringing a trumpet player and a cellist and a grand piano and all these different things to the live show. We need to find a way to fill it out as a band, and I think we've done a really nice job of that. So.
Yeah, which sort of is one of my questions. How have these songs changed and evolved over the past year?
We'll get to share some of that later tonight. There was a song recently that I wrote for a Kickstarter backer for the last record that was on guitar, and I translated it to piano and changed the key and did some interesting stuff with it, so that was really fun. But Ben has been playing a lot of the melodic parts that were on the trumpets and violins, and he's translated it to guitar, and it's nice because I feel like we've developed this cohesive sound now, so that like this record is going to have a sound and a vibe that's going to be this band, and I think I'm very excited about that because I think we've really kind of found it together. And we also have Kelly Carpenter and Jillian Bissett sing with us as well in a lot of our live performances. They couldn't be here tonight, but they're also a big part of this project.
Yeah, women with very, very powerful voices.
Oh, yes.
So extraordinary. Ben Nisbet, you and I share a classical background.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering what you had to alter, if anything, coming to this world and Katie's world from that.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think what I had to really just figure out was a different way of creating sound. Using amplifiers and electronics is very different and requires its own sort of sense of composition and hearing. That's very different after, 3 decades of playing violin and orchestras and things like that, which all about. But to be honest with you, I think that I didn't really shed much of it at all. If anything, because Katie has such a wonderful sense of form and construction in her music, that a lot of those concepts really allied very nicely with just sort of the way that I'm wired to make music. So if anything, I think it's a perfect, it's a really ideal fit with the way that we kind of do things. So
Yeah.
But I don't ever play the violin anymore, which is
I wish he
hilarious.
did. I miss it.
I play violin with other bands. I feel like I'm sort of
I feel really
cheating on
hurt
these
about
guys.
it, Sophie.
I'm sorry.
I'm really hurt.
It's not Sophie's fault.
We're fighting about it right now.
Do you bring the violin with you to shows just in case?
He refuses.
No, that's not true. So it's sort of true. No, it's just the way that the sort of the music has evolved. That there's less of a need for that and more of a need for the guitar, and so.
Yeah.
If we ever, I think, decided to remount some songs where the violin was absolutely crucial, I think we would bring it back in.
Cool. Well, I know that you've been on this show several times before, but I've never interviewed you before.
Yes.
And I just really want to know what are some of your first experiences with music and what brought you to music? Because I know your history is so interesting and varied, and I just want to know about those origins.
I think the spark in my life, the origin, was in my first grade music class. I don't know if I told this story on the show before. I hope not. But I was singing in the choir, and I'd never really sang music from a book with a group of people. And so after we were done singing in the class, the teacher came up to me and she said, "You have a beautiful voice. Did you know that?" And I said, "No, I didn't know that." And she said, "Well, do you want to sing a solo in this school concert?" And I was like, "Okay." And then it was like for all the grades, and I was a first grader, and it was like the sixth graders got really pissed at me. And
language.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it was something I didn't know that I could do that came naturally. So that was the moment that I started to think, okay, maybe this is something I should look into.
Wow, so first grade.
First grade, and then of course I played the fairy godmother and sang Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo in the third grade.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really
It's a
my
very age
crowning
appropriate
moment.
part.
I was the youngest person in the cast and the oldest person in the play.
It peaked early.
And then from that, you picked up guitar and.
Yes, I did musical theater a lot when I was a child, and then I picked up the guitar in high school. My father plays guitar and sings, and my parents are actually in town right now listening to this. So hi, Mom and Dad.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But he taught me my first chords on the guitar, and then in college is when I really started. I wrote my first song, and I started playing out at coffee shops and stuff like that,
Great.
and fell in love.
So good to hear. You guys ready to play a bit more music for us?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. This is Katie Haverly and the Aviary here live in Studio 2A with Locals Only.
This next song is just a solo piece. This is a new song called Pluto. Mother, been a while since I saw you. Years haven't been kind to you, not since we came. Mother, do you know the ending of the story that's pending? Will we lose? Mother, been around for a long time, seen a lot of sparks fly, all kinds of news. Oh, but Mother, can you forgive us sinners, fumbling beginners, still can't tie our shoes? We don't know the weight of the world. We don't know the weight of the world. We don't know the weight of the world. Wow. Brother, I know you've been around a long time, haven't felt much of the sunlight, just all your moons. Oh, brother, now you're in the limelight, wielding the night sky. Why will you choose? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Do you know? Wow. You wouldn't wait in the water. Sat on the banks in your sweater, and I don't like it. You didn't cry when I left. Not one tear, and I liked it. Oh, like it. The performance you give tomorrow, reciting the words you borrow from all of the eulogies I wrote. You wouldn't wait in the river. Sat on the bed, watch me shiver. I don't like it. The trick of the pull of the trigger, the wilting of weeds, your dry fingers, the guarding your breeze and the liquor. Reaching out for benches as they pass. The fire makes them brittle bad and just reminds me of your hand. You didn't know what was hidden. Between my legs, what was written, and I like it. quick switcheroo. So this was a song from the last record, but we have changed it quite a bit. So this is a good example of kind of where we're headed together, I think. This is called Our Own Way. Feel the desert between us. I haven't seen green in days. The dust shadows what I know. Now you're so far away. Coming back, gotta find our own way. Gotta find our own way. I guess I never wanted to admit I was the last thing on your mind. But you can't say I didn't try. I tried real hard this time. And you never knew me. I guess that's what we always find. At the end of the tracks, no more trains coming back. Gotta find our own line. Gotta find our own line. The shapes in the stars can't tell us apart. The space of the heart, arbitrary, only one naturally. Can you feel the desert between us? I haven't seen green in days. The dust shadows what I know. Now you're so far away. And you never knew me. I guess that's what we always say. At the end of the line, no more trains coming by. Gotta find our own way. Gotta find
91.3 KXCI. Thanks for tuning in to Locals Only. We have Katie, Haverly, and the Aviary live here in Studio 2A, and I'm Sophie Gibson-Rush. These guys will be playing at the Flycatcher on Friday with House of Stairs and Birds and Arrows. You want to tell us a little bit about that show, Ben?
Yeah. First of all, I think Birds and Arrows was on here on Locals Only at some point in the last month and a half. They're pretty new to town, but in addition to being two of the nicest people on the planet, they are ridiculously good musicians, and I strongly encourage anybody who hasn't heard them to come to the show for that reason alone.
Absolutely.
Having said that, we're bringing down from Phoenix some very close friends of ours called House of Stairs. We were fortunate enough to play some festival stuff with them this past summer, and we've been sort of playing with them on and off over the last year or so. We just played with them in Phoenix last month. I'm not so sure that they're not my favorite band in all of Arizona.
They're
mine.
They're unbelievable. They really are. And Holly Pyle, who's the lead singer of that band, is just a crazy talent. And
Holly Pyle is who I aspire to be in my next life.
She's who a lot of people aspire to be in their next life. I hope she's listening to this. But just to see those bands alone, I think is worth the trek out to Flycatcher for the free show. And then, of course, we'll be playing as well, and I hope you would want to come and see us too. But this is good. We haven't played as a full band a good live main stage show in a little while in Tucson, so we're really looking forward to it because it's been too long.
Are you guys doing anything special to prepare?
Well, we're doing
Rehearsing?
this show with you. we have a lot of new stuff that we're going to be playing, and the girls are going to be, Jillian and, the ladies, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Jillian and Kelly are going to be joining us, and we're excited to kind of showcase this stuff at the Flycatcher, which is our favorite place to play, because the sound is amazing.
Yep.
And Frank Bear is amazing, so...
Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Sorry, Frank, you're amazing. We love you.
He knows.
As a band, do you guys do any interesting or eccentric pre-show rituals?
Well, I can't say on the air what I do because I don't think it's appropriate.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I think my pre-show ritual is like I need a minute before I go on stage. I need to space. Like I need a minute like to not be on so I can turn off so then I can turn on. That's what I need. When we have a green room, that's like heaven on earth to me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Big D?
Regardless of where I am or who I'm with, it's, really important to keep the love that's present kind of at the active forefront.
Yes.
In the mind when I'm going to go perform, because it's really easy to get bogged down or stressed out about pretty much anything else. So there's a lot of love going around with the four of us, and just love it.
Absolutely true.
Julius
These guys
is
are the
nodding.
best. And we have a lot of fun. We love playing together, and I'm very fortunate to have these brilliant, beautiful guys to play with.
Should we say what we're going to close out this last set with?
Yes.
We should probably contextualize that a little bit.
Nice
anyway.
setup there. I like that.
Do you want to go?
Well, funny you should ask, Sophie. We had an amazing opportunity this past weekend to play as part of the last waltz, and Katie played the part of Joni Mitchell.
That was my next question.
Very well. Sure it was. And we put so much work into learning this song because it was like kind of hard. It's very sort of like uneven and quirky, and so we practiced it so much that we figured we probably should play it more than once. So we're going to do it again. It's called Coyote, and Katie's brilliant on it. I think she sings it better than Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, and so the last waltz, that seems like it was a really potent experience for you guys. How was that?
It was
like
incredible.
Inhabiting Joni and...
For me, it was like a healing. I don't know. It was amazing. The crowd was amazing. We got to meet all these musicians I've always wanted to connect with and play with and sing with, and we were all on stage together celebrating and sharing music, and it was a really beautiful event and concert, and I'm really proud that we were able to be part of it, and it was thrilling.
Yeah. Has she been a musical influence for you?
Absolutely. The funny thing is, though, everyone always used to tell me I sounded like Joni Mitchell when I first started writing and singing, and I had never even heard a song of hers for years until I finally broke down. I was like, I guess I should finally listen to this woman. And then when I listened to it, it was funny. I wasn't that into it at first, and then I fell in love.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Sometimes these things take time.
They do take time.
Well, I'll let you jump in, but is there anything else that's coming up that people should look out for, or anything?
Yes, there's a concert coming up December 16th at the Rialto that Run Boy Run is hosting. It's going to be a beautiful holiday concert, and I'll be performing, and I believe Ben will possibly be performing. Run Boy Run is I'm a super fan, so this is going to be an amazing concert, and we should check it out.
Great. All right, this is Katie Haverly and the Aviary here live on Locals Only in Studio 2A. Catch them at the Flycatcher this Friday. Their album is called The Aviary. Take it away, guys.
Thanks, Sophie.
Thanks.
Was there? I recognized your face. You had age to cane, keeping you on your feet. Oh, the gaze of the time in between, but we're the same. Except the quivering underneath. Isn't it something? Isn't it something? Isn't it something? Delivery, my hit there, my throw, spotting the best of me, but who's there just to find the reverie? Isn't it something? Isn't it something? Isn't it tiny words that hum when you're close to me. Strange verbs on my tongue. Anonymous poetry. On and on, this said, just for the symmetry. But I was wrong. There is nothing special about me. You'll be gone tomorrow. Right around the wheel. Care if you like what you see. I'm not here to play coy. Dear chivalry, your hold, your stare, a place to settle in. These eyes are so clear, they never end. Say something, say something, say something. Isn't it something? Wasn't it something? Wasn't it something? when the stars come out. I see you by your night only bow. Could you make your way back down? Come fly to me here on the ground. Down below there's a lot to see. Down below the soil breaks that season. The feelings of indifference can't be seen. Ever wondered what's beyond? Wind on our wings and raindrops. So what did we weather foul? You and neither peacock and the air. Down below where there's a lot to see. Down below where the sun breaks that street, and the femurs of their indifference can't be seen. Heard the chirping about your past, the beauty you made, and how they left. I know it's not quite the same, but I've been burned by that familiar place. I know a crack in the glass, the weight of us could bring it down and I can have nothing left for us there. So let's get the hell out of here. tune really quick for this one. Okay.
So this is a good opportunity to thank Sophie for doing an amazing job tonight.
Killing it.
Thanks, Julius.
For those of you who probably aren't aware, the person in this room that I've known longest is actually Sophie Gibson Rush.
We went to chamber music camp together.
We did. And so now you get to interview us. And you did a fantastic job.
Thanks, Ben.
Awesome work.
I feel lucky.
We feel very lucky too. Thank you. And thanks, Matt, wherever you are. Somewhere.
Yeah. Matt trained me up for about an hour before this.
Yeah,
Everything I know.
You are
comes from Matt
learning.
Miller.
You are learning from the right man.
Yeah,
Matt is
absolutely.
a wonderful interviewer. He's like the David Frost of KXCI.
Oh, good analogy. Ready?
I am. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Tucson. We love you. We'll see you Friday.
Take it away.
No regrets, coyote. We just come from just different set of circumstances. I'm up all night in the studio. While you're up on your edge, you'll be brushing out a broodmare's tail. While the sun is ascending and I'll just be bringing home my real to real. There's no comprehending just how close to the bone and the skin and the high and the lips you can get. It still feels so alone and still feel related, like stations in some relay. You're not a hit and run driver, no, no, racing away. You just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner of the white lines on the freeway. We drove past a farmhouse burning down in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. We drove right past that tragedy into some roadhouse lights where a local band was playing. Locals were kicking and dancing on the floor. The next thing I know, that coyote's at my door. Lead me to the corner and they won't take no. Drags me onto the dance floor. Dancing close and slow, but you see, he's got a woman at home. Another woman down the hall, he seems to want me anyway. Why'd you have to get so drunk? And leave me on that way, but you just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner of the white lines on the freeway. I looked the coyote right in the face on the road to Belgium in my old hometown. He went running through the whiskey weed, chasing some prize down, and the hog was playing with it. Coyote was jumping up and making passes. He had the same eyes like yours under your dark glasses, privately probing the public room there, peeking through keyholes and number doors where the players flip their wounds and tear their temporary lovers with their pills and the powder just to get through this passion play. No regrets, coyote, but I'll just get up off a ways, 'cause you just picked up a hitcher, a prisoner of the white lines on the freeway. Coyote's in a coffee shop, staring a hole in the scrambled eggs. Picks up the scent of me on his fingers while he's watching the waitress's legs. He's too far from the Bay of Fundy, Appaloosa, and Eagles and Tides, and the air air-conditioned cubicles and the carpet ribbon riots, telling it out so clear. Either he's gonna have to stand up and fight or take off bare hair. I tried to run away myself, run away and wrestle with my ego. With this flame you put in this Eskimo, with this prisoner and this hitcher, the fine white lines, the white lines.